Hi, welcome to CMVG's review of Dead Island Riptide. I'm here with our reviewer, Alex. How are you doing, Alex?
Not too bad.
Good, good. So, it's another island. It's another lot of zombies. Give us the lowdown, Dayla.
Well, it's more an expansion on the first game than it is a true-blown sequel. The plot basically is a direct continuation of the first one. All the survivors got scooped up and put onto the ship we're looking at now.
Awful start.
Not the best. It's actually a really attractive game, Dead Island. It's set on a second island. They end up washed up on a second island where yet again there's a zombie outbreak. It's pretty much the same game engine and the same mechanics, but they have mixed it up a little bit. This new one, Palanai, is a lot more sort of rural than Vanoi in the first game.
Right.
Vanoi was sort of a bit of a tourist trap.
Yeah.
Full of hotels and resorts. This one's more sort of a wild, untamed land, and the chief geographical feature is that at the start of the game you're washed here with a storm. The storms have completely flooded the land, which means it's a much more treacherous place to get around in. To that end, you've got boats that you can use to smash into zombies, and they differ from the cars on land in that the zombies, if you go too slowly past them, they can climb on there and you have to.
I saw that happen to you yesterday while you were playing.
Yeah, I got dragged off and eaten at night, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But that's life on a flooded zombie island, I guess.
Okay, so the first game was, some people thought it was amazing, but I think most sane people, thought it was fair to middling. I mean, does this do much to kind of up the ante? I mean, doesn't sound like it, to be honest, from what you were explaining.
One thing I would say that does they have improved on is the combat, and not the actual mechanics of the combat. The main problem I have with the game is that it's very one note, very monotonous. It's great fun when you first take on a horde of zombies, but it struggles to mix it up. But it makes a few subtle tweaks that help it out. One is that your kick takes less stamina to use, so you can move around a bit more and back off and generally manage the room around you better. The other one is that weapons aren't as fragile as they were. The best thing for me about Dead Island is playing Mad Doctor and making your own weapons, and you do that by getting special mod items and adding them. So you can get a bat. If you've got a baseball bat, you can add barbed wire around it, or if you've got an axe, you can add a venom mod on it. So you've got a venom axe,
Okay.
or or a lightning machete. You can do all sorts of create really random and exciting weapons, and now you can actually enjoy them instead of being scared to use them because they're going to break on you. It means that it fulfills its sort of potential of being a sort of DIY Borderlands where you find like a savage diving knife and then you add like give it special powers or put a spike through it or something, and it's quite good to it's really a lot of fun to make your own weapons, and that's really sort of come out a lot more now we've made a few changes.
Right, okay. So do you think that gets around the problem of repetition? Because that really was one of the first game's problems, was that there were a lot of zombies and there was a lot of clubbing zombies in the face, and it wasn't until the really later stages of the game that you could get violent, and even then the combat was very. I mean, how do you mix up zombies? It's quite hard, isn't it?
They've taken a few notes from Left 4 Dead. I mean, but you had a few special types of zombies in the first game. They've added a few more. So you've got grenadier ones, you've got floaters that basically just sit there pretending they're dead in the water and they'll lunge out and attack you.
Right.
And then you add that on to like the floaters, which are pretty much direct rip-offs of the bloaters, I think they were in Left 4 Dead. You've got thugs that are a bit longer, you've got sort of quick death ones that rush at you, so it gives it a go, but the meat and bones of it are the same zombies coming at you again and again, and for that reason I think that Dead Island's a game that's best played in small chunks with friends. It's not a game to have a marathon section of, because repetition does just dig its claws in very quickly in a single session.
So finally, we've been sort of a bit negative about it, not too negative, but a little bit negative about it. Is there anything in there that really kind of made you think, actually, that's really, really good, or is it generally just fair to middling across the board? Sometimes
you're having a lot of fun with it, but other times you'll just wish you were doing something else completely, just because of the sheer repetition of what you're
sort of
doing.
war of attrition.
I think Dead Island is a series of great ideas done with poor execution, and I'm really excited to see where the series goes from here, but this one to me didn't really address the flaws of the first game, and I sort of guess that it was a quick sort of cash in on the work they've done on the first game, take the engine and take it into a new situation. One thing that is a bit better this time is that they've sorted out the way the enemies are leveled when you're multiplayer, so stronger enemies will attack the stronger players. So that stops, like in the first game it's a bit of a problem if you invite someone that is about 10 levels below you into the game, then they just wouldn't stand a chance. So it's incremental improvements, but to me I'd be looking towards what they do next, because I think that there's a lot of promise in the general template and the general ideas here. It wasn't realised in the first game and it's not realised here, but I think they are onto something in long term with Dead Island.